Hi, my name is David and this is Hacking Modern Life, the channel in which we share life hacks and tips and tricks in order to improve your modern life. For the past 12 years, I've been managing and building development teams in companies such as Waze, Google, MetaCafe, and a number of startups. In this video series, I want to share with you some of the tips and tricks we used in order to build and grow our remote team. First, what is a remote company? A remote company is a team of primarily location-independent professionals not requiring a physical location to make decisions. How is it different from a company which allows you to work from home once a week? The difference is that all the decision-making, all the processes, all the development, everything is happening online. You know this feeling when you're in the office, you're working on your project, you have the plans going forward and so on, and then you take one day to stay at home with the kids. You come back the next day, back to the office, and you find out, absolutely by mistake, nobody told you about it, that two of your colleagues, including your boss, have discussed something next to the water cooler yesterday, and your project is cancelled. In a remote-only company, that doesn't happen, because all of the work, all of the decision-making, everything happens remotely to begin with. That presents a number of opportunities, but at the same time presents a number of challenges. The opportunities include the ability to hire anybody anywhere in the world, regardless of their physical location, based purely on their skills. Which means that if one of your star designers suddenly needs to move because her husband has gotten a good job in some other place, in a non-remote company, you won't lose the employee. That causes more engaged employees as well. A remote company, by definition, are location independent and the employees are free to work from wherever they want. Now that presents you with a number of challenges. The challenges are how do you manage, how do you monitor, how do you manage vacation days? Especially considering that the number of annual days of leave in Austria, for example, is 38 days a year. And in Ukraine that would be 29, in Israel that would be 21. Including public holidays. How do you sync a team that is located in two different places? How do you pay salaries to employees that are located in different locations or actually registered under different countries? This is something we will touch in one of the future videos. Another question that comes up frequently is how do you do brainstorming? If you have people in 3 different countries, especially across 3 different time zones, how do you brainstorm together in order to come up with the best product or the best idea? And that is also something I want to touch in one of the future videos. Another benefit of remote-first companies is that you actually look at the productivity of the employees and not on the time they actually appear in the office. I remember having an employee in one of my previous companies that has been consistently coming to the office at 9 a.m., leaving at 5 p.m., but during the whole day he was sitting on Facebook, doing absolutely nothing. At the same time, I have employees in our remote company that are working maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, but the results and the productivity of those employees is way higher than the 9-hour workday of the employees that were sitting on Facebook. And why is that? Because it allows them to focus on work, get it done, and then leave, do whatever they want. Do their gardening, sit in Facebook, whatever it is. If you find the subject interesting, if you think that you could learn something from that, keep in mind that what I will be presenting here is not necessarily only for development teams, but most of the examples I will bring will come from that world because that is what I know best. If you're interested in learning more about how a remote-first company works and learning some tips of how to turn your idea into a company, subscribe to our channel and be sure to watch our next videos.